Welcome, shield-bearers, to the Valhalla Experience. I am Thor, god of thunder and your host for today's journey through fate, fire, and the final battle, Ragnarok. The wolves are on the hunt, the seas are rising, and the end of all things draws near. But fear not. We'll speak of the omens, the warriors who will stand in the last fight, and what comes after the smoke clears. So, fill your horn, steady your heart, and join me, because today, we march toward the end of the world together. Welcome, warriors and seekers of myth, to an epic dive into a saga of gods, fate, and cosmic cycles. Today, we're, unraveling the myth of Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods where destiny and destruction meet.
Absolutely, it's the ultimate showdown, isn't it? So what's the core of this Ragnarok tale that we're exploring today?
Well, it all starts with, ancient roots. The saga draws from the Poetic Edda and Prose Edda, the texts that have shaped our ideas of fate. They foretell the death of Balder, which, sets a massive chain reaction of events into motion.
Right. So Balder's death is like the spark that lights the fuse for the world's final chaos. It's not just a tragic moment. It's the beginning of everything falling apart.
Exactly. And then, we hit Fimbulwinter. Imagine for a minute 3 endless winters with no summer. Like, it's as if you're trapped in an eternal Minnesota January, but, well,
yeah, that's
forever.
Brutal. That endless winter doesn't only bring biting cold and starvation, right? It really signals the collapse of old bonds and the onset of chaos.
Precisely. When the final days approach, the threads of destiny snap. Loki, the trickster, breaks free from his chains. Fenrir, the monstrous wolf, is unleashed. And not to forget Jörmungandr, the world serpent, rising from the deep.
And, it's like the guest list for a cosmic rally of mayhem. I mean, who else would show up when the world's on the brink?
Absolutely. Then there's the, entourage from Hell, frost giants, fire giants, and even the notorious ship Naglfar, constructed from the nails of the dead. It's like an all-star lineup of foes who've been, deeply wronged by the gods.
Right, I totally see that. Moving on to the battlefield, Ragnarok unfolds on the plain of Vigrid. Here, every divine hero and monstrous villain meets their fate. The clash is not just physical, but emblematic of the inevitable cycle of destruction and rebirth.
For sure. In this epic battle, every character plays a defining role. For instance, Odin, the Allfather, stands tall even as he foresees his own doom at the jaws of Fenrir.
Majestic and tragic. And then there's Thor, who, with all his thunderous might, battles Jörmungandr. Even though his soul leaves him to the serpent's venom, his exit is as heroic as it is poignant.
Exactly. It's a battle where sheer power meets an inescapable fate, and let's not forget Freyr, who in a twist of destiny faces Surtur, the fire giant, who sets the cosmos ablaze.
Right. That fiery imagery really stands out. It sounds like a meticulously choreographed dance of doom with gods on one side and, well, chaos incarnate on the other. Who exactly makes up these rosters?
On our heroic side, we have Odin, Thor, Freyr, Tyr, Heimdall, Vidar, and Vali, among others. And opposing them is Loki, Fenrir, Jörmungandr, Surtur, plus, essentially every giant who's ever felt wronged by the gods.
It's quite the ensemble. I get the epic scale, but, don't you think there's a bit of a romanticized aura around this total annihilation? I mean, does it really make sense to embrace a prophecy where even the mighty fall?
That's a solid challenge. But the beauty here is in the cyclic nature of it all. Destruction is inherently linked to, creation. Yes, the gods fall, but from their ashes, a new world is born. Fate doesn't allow deviation, it just resets.
I hear you on that. So it's less about celebrating doom and more about accepting that every end, however apocalyptic, is also a beginning.
Exactly. After the cataclysm, survivors like Vidar, Vali, even Thor's sons, Modi and Magni, step forward. And Baldur returns from the realm of the dead, alongside the two humans, Leif and Leifthrisir, who repopulate the earth. It's like an epic bonus scene after the credits.
That's a neat way to put it. And in that light, Ragnarok transforms from a mere end of all to an ultimate cosmic reboot. It's a heavy theme, but, so layered with meaning.
Absolutely. And it's like a reflection on hubris, not just among mortals, but even the gods. Their downfall reminds us that, no one is truly invincible.
It's a humbling lesson. I do wonder, though, if this insistence on inevitable doom can sometimes overshadow the possibility of change. Isn't it a bit, fatalistic, that even our greatest heroes are marked for death?
That's a fair point. The narrative may seem overly deterministic, but in many ways, it's a mirror to our own lives. Endings often pave the way for new beginnings. It signals acceptance. If we refuse to change, we stagnate. Fate forces evolution.
That adds a rich layer of meaning. And speaking of layers, after this colossal battle, what emerges?
From the smoldering ashes, a new golden age arises. The surviving gods and a fresh human lineage reclaim the earth. Imagine it like the ultimate restoration project, where everything, even if temporarily lost, gets rebuilt with new promise.
That's inspiring. It's almost poetic. The fall of the old order to clear space for a more harmonious future.
Exactly. And even though it's a tragic climax, there's a comforting continuity in that cycle. Death isn't the end. It's, just a part of life's endless transformation.
Yeah, that's a powerful thought. So if we think about it, this myth encourages us to, embrace the inevitability of change, even if it comes at a great cost.
Precisely. It teaches that honor, resilience, and the acceptance of change are virtues, no matter how catastrophic the price. It's like even the gods aren't exempt from life's toughest lessons.
Right, indeed. And what about timing? The prophecies say no mortal and even no god can pinpoint exactly when Ragnarok unfolds. Yet the omens, Baldur's demise, the endless winter, the decay among men, are all there.
Yeah, no one knows when the hour will strike. The signs are as subtle as they are insistent, written in fate like a hidden countdown in the stars that no being can ignore.
It's almost haunting. It really makes you think about how we perceive destiny, doesn't it? Even with all our might, some things are beyond control.
Absolutely, and perhaps the greatest takeaway here is that while the gods may fall, their legacies, their lessons, live on in each cycle of renewal.
Yes, exactly. It's like the universe's version of a reboot. Drastic, inevitable, and ultimately hopeful despite all the chaos.
Right, and that's why Ragnarok, with all its grim details and cataclysmic battles, remains one of the most compelling myths ever told. It encapsulates the duality of life, how endings birth new beginnings in the most unexpected ways.
Absolutely riveting. Well, after riding through this mythic journey, I'm left with a mix of awe, a touch of melancholy, and a lot of respect for the eternal cycle of creation and destruction.
Same here. Even though, we bid farewell to these iconic figures in their fated finale, there's solace in knowing that from their downfall sprout the seeds of a fresh start, a renewed world.
Right on. No doubt about that. Thanks for taking this epic odyssey into the heart of Ragnarok with me. Even if it's dark and apocalyptic, the cyclical promise it holds is incredibly inspiring.
Absolutely. We walk away with the reminder that every end, as devastating as it may seem, ushers in the chance to rebuild, to reclaim honor and strive for a brighter future.
Yeah, exactly. So, until our next exploration of these timeless legends, let's keep our hearts open to change and remember. Even in the darkest moments, new light awaits.
Well said. Keep your honor high and never forget that even amidst chaos, hope is reborn. Catch you on the flip side, warriors.
Stay legendary, everyone. We'll meet again in the next chapter of the myth.
Thank you for joining us on the Ragnarok podcast. If you enjoyed today's tales of gods, glory, and impending doom, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your words keep the saga alive until the next battle. Skull.